Please not get permanently attached to my towel. I like my towels. It worked! In today's video, we're going to be using melt beads, fuse beads, perler beads. I don't know what you want to call them beads, but we're going to be using these to create some fuzzy fridge magnets. Because I'm sure you've seen the videos going around with the satisfying peels they're doing with the melted beads on a towel. I saw it, I want it. We're gonna do it. My name is Randy and I like to make art and do crafts. So I decided to go for the IKEA beads because I like the colors. They're cheap. I also got the matching boards so we can create our designs. But as you can see, they're all mixed. And I want them to be sorted. So I bought this container. It has compartments on both sides. I got it at the Action for €3. The beads were $5.99 each. So I'll be sorting these for a little bit and then we'll make some cute designs and go from there. So I've been at it for about 4 hours and I filled up most of these compartments and there's still a lot in here. And I just want to show you, IKEA is not kidding around when they fill these up, because I almost spilled that other tub all over my floor, because look at that. Can you see? It's absolutely filled to the top. If I tip it any further, they're gonna fall out. I'm gonna be doing these next. So yeah, I'm just gonna see you in a second. And for me, it's gonna be a couple of hours. I filled up the full box and I started making some designs that we can do. And the one that I wanted to do originally is giving me a little bit of an issue because this is just the top part. And I wanted to do a Grinch, but it's too big to fit on the board fully. So I'm just going to try and make the face the best I can and hopefully we can fit it all together. So this should fit that area. Now I'm going to turn this over, try to line this up like so. And now I'm just going to add more tape and then try and flip it over. Let's just add one more. I'm just going to press and hope that they all stay on. Let's just flip this. That seemed to work pretty well. So now I just have to finish this side of the face and add it. So once that's done, I think it's time to do some ironing. But I don't want to ruin this one. So what I did, I made 2 other ones that we're going to be testing it on. So this one, I want to try and just melt flat. I want to try and make this one fuzzy. I've got a 100% cotton towel and this should work. But first we need to change this around because I'm not going to be putting any heat on this without any protection. So this just came in and I was actually expecting it to come later, but I think it's actually right on time. I bought this for another video I'm working on, but that one I had to pause due to technical difficulties. So we're going to unbox this one now because we might be able to use it on the beads. So this should be a V4 heat press. It comes with a pad. Let me get it out of the box. So this is what's in the box. It comes with a special stand that makes it so you can put it on your desk without burning your desk. It comes in different sizes and this is the smallest one. This should be a 9x9 inch. This is not sponsored. I bought it with my own money. So it's a nice thick cord. That's awesome. And it comes with a Velcro strap. It's pretty long. And then it has a grip you can put your hands into. It actually feels really nice. It's quite heavy. It's supposed to be about 2.5 kilos. And then it comes with a dial. This feels a little bit cheap, I must admit. Let's peel this off. I'm gonna quickly read through this so we can try it to press some beads. This is preheated. This is not the ideal setting for this because it's really closed in, so I'm hoping this is going to be okay. I do have my trusty little craft iron at the standby if this is too hard to handle. I got 2 silicone sheets on here. I added 2 pieces of cork under here. This is also fully cork, so that's safe. I couldn't find the heat setting for these beads. I looked on the website from IKEA, I looked on the packaging, it says nothing. So I decided to go for 130. I've got a piece of wood here to put on top when it's done. But let's just put this on here and see what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. That's not good. So that was about 10 seconds. And I can see the beads are melting. You can see it because they become a little bit darker. So let's try that again. Oh no, it did it again. I don't know, it's so staticky. It's starting to melt, but I do need to take the tape off before the holes fully close. Turn it over. Just let's see if I can. Oh, they're still moving a lot. But it is easier to remove the tape now because it's not as sticky when it gets hot. I think I want to try and put it on the silicone. I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but oh boy, no, I broke it. So please enjoy my mistakes. Let's try this. And I'm trying to keep the cord out of the way of the heat. Okay, no, don't do that. I'm gonna slide it off. You know what? I don't like this. I'm going to switch to my iron. Okay, so my iron is actually already hot. I put it on 2 dots. Let's see how that works. I also changed my camera angle again. Hopefully you can see a little bit better now. I'm sorry guys, I'm not a professional. I'm trying my best. But as you can see, it's getting that pixelated look that I like. I don't want to over melt them, but I do want them fully melted. I'm really glad we didn't go for the Grinch the first time around and just tried this first. Can you see? There's still holes. Okay, I'm gonna just burn the crap out of this. In the instructions it says like a couple of seconds, that's it, and we're in minutes right now. I think I need to call it because it's looking like it's melting. Let's just let it cool down and see what we get. I'm impatient, I just want to go to the next one. Okay, so this is what we got. It's okay, but I want it to be like more like this area without the bumps. So let's do this, just in case. I think that should be fine. Put this on top for now. Put that on here. So my iron is done. So first a little melt, so we can get the tape off. I think that should be enough. Flip it over. Take the tape off. That's good. Flip it over, put it on the towel, and let's see what we can get. Please work. Please not get permanently attached to my towel. I like my towels. I want to be able to use it. I'm just gonna press down, see if that works. Because I don't want to overcook it. I think it's already overdone. I'm just gonna turn my iron down. Let's get a board. Press. Okay, we need to peel this when it's still hot. So let's put on my little silicone fingers. Hopefully they will work. I'm not gonna burn my fingers off. Let's just take this off. And this is supposed to be the satisfying part. Oh, we might be lucky and we might have made it work. Why am I sounding surprised? Because I am. I'm really surprised. I don't want to break anything. The fingertips are helping. There's some fluff staying on there, but not a lot. I do think you need to use an old towel for this. I'm pulling off pieces of the towel. This is hard. They make it look so easy on the clock app. Almost. It's almost. It's so stuck on here. Like really stuck. Maybe I cooled it down too much. Oh, one more. One more horn. Woohoo! We did it! It worked! Look! Oh my goodness! That's so cute. So this is the flat side. And this is the texture side. Look how cute that is! Oh my goodness! Oh, I can't wait to do that to the Grinch. There are a little bit of fuzzies in here, but actually not too bad. That's a win! It worked! I'm gonna do something crazy. Let me put this on here. This is a silicone baking mat, but as you can see, it has holes. And see if we can add texture to this one before we do the Grinch. Let's just do something crazy because I think I can melt it a little bit further. Okay, let's see if this works because I think this is going to look cool. I'm just gonna press it. Be careful. This is also not a craft for children. I just want to say that the moment it sticks to this, I know we can get the texture in. doing something. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's cool it down a little bit before we peel it off. It's definitely overcooked now, but I really wanted to try. Well, you can even see it through the holes. Let's see if it actually peels. Let's just start on this side. It should come off. It's silicone. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, I might like that even more. Look at that. I really like that texture. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that to cool for a second. And I'm going to take a break because my SD card is full. So I need to switch that one out. And then it's time to do the Grinch. I'm extremely nervous about not having this work, but I'm just gonna go for it. It's pretty big. I did get a new piece of parchment paper. So I'm just gonna melt the top enough so I can peel off the tape. You can already see the colors changing. I think this should be enough. So I'm just gonna try and turn it over, peel the tape. So you could say this is done, but we are going to put it on the towel. I am going to use the other side. The direction of the towel is that way, so I think I need to put it like so. Put that on, put this on, and just go for it. I'm just going to try and keep moving and keep even pressure. And I really hope it comes out as good as that little cow did, because that was absolutely adorable. You can see on the side here, it looks like the beads are melting into each other. I still see holes in between. So I'm gonna try and do this a little longer. Like the edges, just go faster. But we need to call it at some point. I think we're good. So we need to cool this down a little bit before we pull it off. Fingers crossed, toes crossed that this works, because I really like the texture of this. It's just so cool. Let's try and cool it down a little bit more. Okay, let's just see. Looks nice. Okay, so I'm gonna peel it from the top. Can you see texture is going down? So I think if I start from here, it might work better, because I'm not pulling against the grain. Because the other side of the towel, I looked at it more closely, and because I was pulling against the grain of the towel, it pulled out the pieces of fabric more. And I haven't seen anybody do a full tutorial on what to do. So I'm hoping that this is helpful for you, because I've been researching this for over, I think, 3 weeks, and decided just to do it myself. I think it's working. I'll show you the other side of the towel when I'm done. This is working way better. Way, way better. And it's so cool. Okay, almost done. There we go. All done. I'm gonna let this cool down. Try and keep it from turning into a big round mess. This part here was where I did the cow, and you can see like the texture is going downwards, and I actually pulled it against the grain. So I pulled it up, and that's how I got all of these loops, because now I use the other side, and look how much more flat it is. It was also so much easier to remove. So make sure that you pull with the grain and not against the grain of the fabric. I still want to do one more technique actually. I've seen people do this and then use it. So I made another little design. It was actually inspired by something I made a while back. But let's try the crumpled up paper. And I think I want to put this on top and then put the towel on the bottom. I think that's gonna give me at least one side that I really like. So let's just put that one here. Just start with melting it a little bit. I think we can take the tape off. So let's just turn it around. Gently pull off the tape. I'm gonna put my towel down and I'm gonna look at the orientation of the fibers. I want them going down that way. And I'm gonna put this one on top like so. And we're just gonna melt it. I might get some texture actually. I just hope I can remove the baking paper. It's getting there. I think we're done. So I do turn my iron down. And I'm just gonna put this on here for a little bit while I put on my silicone fingers. Let's peel this side first. Oh, that's actually cute. Remember we put it with the fibers facing that way? So I'm gonna pull it from here. So I'm going with the fibers, not against it. That way it comes off so much easier. Look how cute! So this is the textured towel, and this is the crumpled foil. I actually really like this. I'm gonna put him away to cool down. And you do want to put something heavy on top of them so they don't curl up. I think we tried everything I wanted to try. There's maybe one thing I want to try. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. So I just quickly made a little heart, and I'm not sure if this is going to be something good or it's going to completely fail, but I've got this foil that I used on my windows. It makes really cool rainbows, and I wanted to see if I could actually use it as a pattern. Putting it with the textured side up. It's an experiment, I just wanted to try. I don't want to overdo it. Okay, let's just say that's good. I know you have special foil that does work. Probably have to cool it down a little bit. It's either stuck to it permanently right now or it's just a big fail. It worked! Oh, I don't know if you can see it. It has the rainbows! I cannot believe that worked. That's so cool. I think the way to go is to heat your piece up till it's almost done, then put it on the film and press down. Okay, I'm gonna have to let that cool. So here are my final results and my thought about this. One, I love this. It's such a cute thing to do, and it's also really calming, placing all the beads on the board and designing your design. So this was the first one we did with the textured silicone sheet. So you get this nice texture on it, and that's how it sounds. The other side is just the normal one, but I really like how crisp the design looks with the little texture on it. And then we did our first little textured cowl. So I did figure out that you really need to keep in mind how the fibers of the towel go. So again, the towel needs to be 100% cotton, and if you look at how it's made, the fibers go that way. You can see if you push it the other way, it gets all messy. So if you're pulling, you're going to pull with the fibers. Then we actually went for the big one. I'm really happy how this one turned out. I really like the texture. The other side is nice as well, really crisp. So we did do the crunched baking paper. I think you can use this maybe to make something look like faux leather. I think that would be a great idea, using the crunched up baking paper. Then we did the foil, and look at how cool the rainbows are. I really didn't expect it to work this well. I just used regular window foil. I got it from AliExpress. It's really cheap. Then I wanted to show you the other types you can do. I did do a flat melt on this side, but I didn't melt it all the way. Then you get this. I really like this design it gives. Then of course you can do the regular way. So this is the side that I melted, and I made this as a photo frame. So you can use this like that. And then I made one bonus one with the crunched paper backside. This is actually the magnet. I just stuck it on. So that now lives on my wall now. But you can do the same and keep the middle out. That way, if you make it into a frame, you can make it look like that. So I'm just gonna quickly show you how I would make this into a magnet. And it's really, really easy. So this is my magnet sheet. This is the magnet side, this is the sticky side, and I think I want to put two pieces, one here and one here, and I just cut it. I think that's going to be good. So now we have a small piece. I'm just going to cut it to size, just like that. Take the adhesive off and just stick it on right here. So now you can use it to make it a fridge magnet. But for now, I want to thank you for watching, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Bye, everyone! So I'm going to show you what happens if you melt it too far. I went to redo this one because it wasn't really getting the texture, and I don't know why. But yeah, it gets stuck, and you have a permanent stain on your towel. But yeah, well, we lost one.